So there is quite a few steps involved with this recipe, so I like to break it up and prep some of it ahead of time, whatever I can ahead of time, to make it easier later when it's dinner time to make them. First thing I'm going to do is boil up some ramen noodles. So these are the same noodles that I use when I make ramen. I believe they're a Lotus Foods brand. You can get them at Costco. Yeah, they're super good. So I'm just going to boil those up until they're al dente, and then we're going to toss them with some sesame oil and some sea salt, and then just set those aside. The noodles are done and I got them drained. Now I'm just going to drizzle them with a little bit of sesame oil, not much, a little goes a long way. And then just a little bit of sea salt. And we're just going to toss those around. Let these cool off and then set them aside in the fridge. And then they'll be ready to go for later when we're assembling our spring rolls. So the next thing I'm going to do, which is another thing you can do ahead of time and have it set aside for later, is make the peanut butter dipping sauce. So I'm going to use 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I always make the mistake of thinking that this isn't going to be enough sauce, and so I double the recipe, and then it's always way too much. But this actually does make a good dressing for this other Asian salad that I make. So sometimes I'll just go ahead and make the extra and then use half of it for the spring rolls and the other half for the salad. But it does go a long way, so you don't need to double it the way I do, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we're going to do 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. And then 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Oops. It's going to be extra vinegary. And then we're doing 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. One teaspoon of ginger. I'm also going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic. All right, so 1 teaspoon of garlic. Oops. And then we're going to do the juice of half of a lime. And then you could also do something to kick it up a notch if you wanted to do sriracha or red pepper flakes. You could add those in too. I think I am going to actually add in some red pepper flakes just because. And then I'm going to get the whisk in there and just whisk it up. I probably should have used a bigger bowl, but you know how that goes. It smells good. Okay, we're just going to set this aside with my noodles. And then the only thing we'll have to do later is chop up a few vegetables and assemble our spring rolls. My husband's out there working on the razor. So the other thing I did ahead of time is I prepped all my cilantro. That's very time consuming. I love cilantro, but there is a certain amount of work to washing it and de-stemming it and all that stuff. If anybody's got a good cilantro hack, I'd love to know what it is, just to make the whole process go faster. But so this is all washed and de-stemmed, and that's ready for later. So all right, so now I'm going to go about my day, and then later all we'll have to do is chop some vegetables and assemble our spring rolls. Okay, so it's later in the day now. I'm getting ready to make dinner, and I'm going to chop my veggies. I'm going to use purple cabbage and some little red peppers, some green onions, cucumber, cilantro, and shredded carrots. Give this a try. So any of the vegetables that didn't get used, what I do is I just save those and then incorporate them into a salad the next day or something. So let's give this a try. How is it, Ed?
It's good.
Good.
I like it.
Oh, they're stuck together. Okay. Look how pretty it is. It's like a happy little present. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Wow. The flavors of everything that's inside the spring roll go so well together. And then you add the sauce. It's amazing. So good. All right, time to dig in.